Okay, shooters, day 6. Day 6 is going to be mainly type 3 malfunction clearance drills. Remember, day 4 was type 1, which was come up and you get a click, no bang, but either the magazine wasn't seated correctly or there was a dummy round in there. Day 2 was type 2, failure to eject. There was a round stuck in the ejection port, but the malfunction clearance drill is exactly the same. Attack the mag, attack the slide. Day 3 is going to be a double feed, where more than one round is trying to find its way into the chamber, and I'll show you what that looks like. We'll set that up with the handgun first. So in order to set this up, we have no magazine and we have no round in the gun. We've checked it before we ever started. You know our safety rules. And then you're going to take a dummy round from your magazine or from somewhere else, and you're going to drop it in the ejection port. And then you're going to take your magazine with a dummy round and you're going to stick it in, and then you're going to let the slide go forward. Okay? So we got one in the chamber and one trying to find its way into the chamber. That's what it looks like. And here's the malfunction clearance drill. We come up, we pull the trigger, we got nothing. We don't spend 5 days and 6 minutes trying to figure out what's going on. We come up, if we got nothing, what do? We know what we do automatically. We attack the mag, we attack the slide. If you're really experienced, you know that you got a problem right here because your slide's back. If you're not really experienced, it's not that big a deal. I'll show you what to do. You come up and you try and pull the trigger again, nothing happens. So now you know you got something going on. Now it's real simple. All we do is we do our unload sequence. We rip the mag out, put it in our pinky. We wrap the slide a couple of times. Now we do our load sequence. Attack the mag, attack the slide, go to work. Okay, we try to keep things real simple. Okay, let me show you that again. Okay, let me show you the setup again. We take a dummy round, we drop it in the chamber. We take our magazine, and I want to put this orange dummy in it so you can see a little bit better what's going on. Put the magazine in, let the slide forward, because that's what's going to happen. Now there's 2 rounds trying to find their way into the chamber. The fix is this: we come up, we get a click, no bang. So we come back, we attack the mag, we attack the slide. If you're experienced, you'll feel the slide is back, and you'll go right to load and unload. But in the heat of the moment, you may not, and it doesn't really matter. You'll attack the slide, nothing's going to happen, you're going to get a dead trigger. Now you know exactly what needs to happen. You need to unload. That's our unload sequence. Then we need to load. Now we'll go to work. So for a type 3 malfunction, which is 2 rounds trying to find themselves in the chamber, we basically do a load and unload and get back in the game. So do 10 of those slowly, and you can go ahead and watch what's going on the whole time so your brain can figure it out. Do 10 of those slowly. Okay, shooters, next we're going to do that with the carbine. So what you do is you lock your bolt back to the rear, and you take a dummy round and you chamber the dummy round. Okay, I got a dummy in there now, and I'm going to take a magazine with some dummies, and I'm going to stick it in. I'm going to allow the bolt to go forward. Okay, now you come up, you get a dead trigger. I got no trigger. Push pull with the mag. Here's my first clue. If you're an experienced shooter and the charging handle comes back like that, you know you got a problem. But we're going to pretend that we don't know it, because we're in the heat of the battle. We got our adrenaline pumping, and we rack that, nothing happens. We come up, we get a dead trigger. The very next thing we do our load, we do our unload and load sequence. We rip the mag out, stuff it in our pinky, cycle the bolt 2 or 3 times, push pull, get back in the game. Okay, so basically you do a push pull and a rack, then you do your unload and load. We try to keep it simple. Do that 10 times slowly so that your brain figures out how everything works. and now we'll move on to the AK. Okay, shooters, we'll set up this malfunction with the AK. We're going to pull the bolt back to the rear, drop around in the chamber. Then we're going to take a magazine with some dummy rounds, lock it in, let the bolt forward. Okay, now we visually check to make sure we're good. We got around the chamber and we've got a dummy round in there. But that's the only time we look is when we're setting it up. Remember, in the heat of things, we're not going to be looking for it. We're just going to be going to work. Okay, so we come up, we got a dead trigger, we hit the mag, we pull the charging handle back. Now right there is our first clue that something's wrong, because the charging handle didn't pull back very far. But in the heat of the battle, we may not notice it. So we go back to work, nothing happens. So we rip the magazine out, we stick it in our pinky, we rack that a couple times, stick the magazine in, rack it, go to work. Okay, that's a Type 3 or double feed malfunction clearance drill with the AK. Do that 10 times slow. Go ahead and watch what you're doing. Don't look for the ejection port, but I want you to watch yourself hitting the mag. I want you to watch your hand come over here and grab the charging handle and working it, things like that. I want you to look at how you're working the drill. It doesn't really matter what's happening with the gun. We'll deal with that. So do that 10 times slow. Okay, no surprise, the taped up swimming goggles are next. So we set it up with our handgun. We get ourselves a dummy round and we drop it in the ejection port. Then we take our mag with dummy rounds, we stick it in, let the slide forward. Since we're doing the drill, we just look in there and make sure we got it set it up correctly. Then we put our blindfold on, come up, got nothing, come back, got nothing. So unload, load, back in game. Blindfolded. Do that 10 times. Okay, shooters, now we're set up with the AR to the blindfold. As you can see, I got 2 rounds trying to find themselves into the chamber there. So I'm already set up. I'll put my blindfold on and I'll go to work. And hopefully one of those either funky or malfunctions will happen, but we'll see. So I come up, I got a dead trigger, I push pull, I come back with the charging handle, I got nothing. I rip the magazine out. Good to go. Push pull, go to work. Let me try again, see if I can set up a funky one while I'm blindfolded. Okay. I'm using metal dummies. Maybe they'll create a larger malfunction than the plastic ones. Come up, nothing on the trigger, push pull, work the charging handle, nothing, rip. Ah crap, that worked that time too. Unfortunately they work most of the time. Okay, with the AR, I couldn't get one to those rounds to stick in there, but if you do, you just gotta stick your fingers up in there and they'll fall right out. Okay, shooters, with the AR series, sometimes when you do the unload and load sequence, that won't totally solve the problem. And there's a couple reasons why. One of them is, I'll rip the mag out, so now I'm doing my unload. But notice, that time it would have worked. Sometimes the nose of the round is stuck trying to get into the chamber. It's stuck in the bottom of the rim and in those teeth in there in the chamber, so that when you pull the charging handle back, it doesn't do anything. They're still stuck in there. So in that case, all you got to do is lock the bolt back to the rear. Then you stick your hand inside the magazine well, and they'll just come right out. And you still do that, and you grab a mag, and you get back to work. So if you're doing your unload and it's not clearing, you just got to stick your fingers up in there, and they'll come right out. Okay, shooters, now we're going to do the AK 2 rounds trying to feed into the chamber, type 3 malfunction clearance drill. Let me put my blindfold on. I've got it set up already. Okay, so come up, nothing on the trigger. I know my mag's heated properly. I try to charge it, but in the heat of the battle I don't figure out what's going on yet. I got nothing. Now I know I got to go through my unload sequence, and then I got to load the gun up, rack the charging handle, go to work. Okay, do that 10 times blindfolded. Okay, shooters, now what I want you to do is do 10 times not blindfolded, with the blindfold off, but not looking at your firearm and watch what's going on. Keep your eyes out there, but you'll be able to see things in your peripheral vision. 10 times each for the handgun and the carbine. And that's it for day 6. And stay tuned for day 7. As always, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. If you have any questions, ask them below, and I'll do my best to answer them. Be safe. Have a good day.